Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm a Calvary Goddess. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you wish, if you like, if you want to, it's free. It doesn't cost a thing to like, comment, share, subscribe. But do it at your own pace. Do it at your own free will. Turn on posts, notifications, so you know each time I drop and upload a video. I appreciate all the love and support. Thanks again for tuning in with me for another video. For today's topic, subject title is going to be titled, It Amazed Me How Some Individuals Have Revisionist History. And what I mean by this is, these people, they change the past around. These people, like your parents. It can be a parent, a friend, or a spouse. But your parents, they do it the most. Your parents always try to change the past around. Your parents, friends, or spouse that have hurt you. Someone that has done anything bad to you. Someone that did you wrong. Someone that did you dirty. Someone that crossed you in a bad way. But someone that has hurt you negatively, that hurt you negatively, and that hurt, it impacted you. It had some kind of impact over you. And it's mainly with your parents. It amazed me how some of these parents, they try to change the past around. They have revisionist history. And it's mainly with the baby boomers. If your parents are baby boomers, then they're the worst. It's like they change what happened. They change events around. Baby boomers, they're the main ones that they create a different narrative. They change the story around. They create a new narrative. You be telling your baby boomer parent that as a child, they insulted you. They said something mean to you. They belittled you. Or they beat you. They might have beat you in an abusive way. But you be telling them that in their childhood, they said some hurtful, wrong statements to you. But you might tell your parent, you might tell your baby boomer parent that as a young child, they might have assaulted your looks. They might have said to you, everybody might not think you look good. Or some parents were just straight out evil and mean. Some parents came out and might have said to you, you ugly. You don't look good. And some parents, some baby boomer parents, were so rude that they told their child, "You're dumb. You're a dummy. You're dyslexic. You autistic. You should be in DEC. You autistic. You always comprehending things wrong. You always get things wrong. You make me sick." If a child has a learning disability, if they is dyslexic or autistic, the child cannot help that. You should not get frustrated, get mad, be rude, be snappy at that child. As a parent, you should not mistreat your child or think less of them. You should not think they is not talented, not gifted, all because they have a learning disability or they is dyslexic or autistic. I mean, even if your child is slow in learning, they can be talented and gifted in other ways. But you got to find out what they're gifted in. Ask the child, what kind of hobbies do they like? Ask them what is their interest. Because a child can have a learning disability, be dyslexic or autistic. But a child can be gifted and talented in singing, in acting, in reciting poetry, in playing baseball, basketball, football, playing tennis, playing golf. They can be good in dancing. They can be good in drawing. They can be a good artist. Or they might can put things together with their hands. They can be good in electronics. They can be good. They can be good in working with their hands. They can be good in making and building things with their hands. Yeah, but these parents that was baby boomers, it's other parents I know is Gen X parents and maybe some millennial parents and maybe some Gen Z parents that carry these traits as well. But these traits are more dominant in the baby boomer parents. My mother is a baby boomer and she verbally abused me. She said rude, insulting statements to me. She was mean to me at times. She acted negative towards me sometimes. And so I got experience with a baby boomer parent because my mother is a baby boomer. And so, but when you tell your parents that they may have beat you too hard with a belt, or they could have beat you with something that had gadgets on it. They could have beat you with something that was wrong. They could have beat you with something that hurted you. You might tell your parent that you gave me a whipping. You beat me too hard with the belt. Or you beat me too hard with something that had gadgets on it. And I've heard stories where someone I've heard stories of things people said their parents did to them. And I heard a story, I heard a statement, I read a statement that someone said that one time their mother just pushed them out the chair and knocked them to the floor. I think they say they hit their head or their face on the floor, and they went to school and was disturbed about it. They say they were sitting there eating breakfast. They were sitting there not doing nothing. They wasn't doing anything. And their parent just came up and pushed them off the chair, knocking them down onto the floor. And that disturbed them. After that, they was disturbed. It disturbed them. And they went to school being and feeling disturbed. Yeah, but they say they never asked their mother about it. They never asked their mother about it because they know their mother is going to deny it. They know their mother is going to say that she don't remember doing it. She don't recall it. That never happened. When you call out these parents, and when you mainly call out these baby boomer parents, they always say to you, I don't remember that. I don't recall that. That never happened. I didn't do that. And they say it in a smart, nasty way. They be acting smart and nasty about it. And they be sounding so positive and so sure of themselves, like you lying or you is exaggerating. You making up stories on them. You making up these things. These things never happened. These things never occurred. Because I go through this with my mother. I go through this with my baby boomer mother. Anything I bring up to her that she did wrong to me as a child, a teenager, and even as an adult, she has said some wrong statements to me. She has said wrong, insulting statements to me since I was a young child, as a teenager, and even as an adult. But every time I tell her the wrong, insulting statements that she said to me, my baby boomer mother always talk in a snappy, nasty tone. She always say, I don't recall that. I didn't do that. I didn't say that. She always say that, and she says in a snappy, nasty tone. Anything that I approach her with and tell her that she did wrong to me, she always says it in a nasty way. She act nasty about it. And she tried to change some things around. My mother would change some events around, and she will create a new narrative. She will create a new story. She would tell me something that did not happen. She would change it around, and it's not true. She would change the story around, and it is not true. So, my baby boomer mother, she does this. She tries to change the past around. She tries to change us what happened with lies. She tried to change the stories of what happened with her made up events, her made up stories. And some rude, insulting statements she said to me, she would change that around. She would try to change that around and try to change it in a way that she did not say that statement to me in that way. She would change it around like she made the statement in a better way. She would change it around like she made the statement to me in a less insulting way, in a less rude way, and in a less mean way. And she does this to cover herself. It's to make herself look better. Like she wasn't so bad. Like she wasn't so mean to me. Like she wasn't so rude. And like she wasn't so rude and insulting to me. Yes. My mother is a baby boomer. And she does this. She would change the past around. She would change the narrative of events, of situations that happened. She would change the story around and create a new story. She would change to create new events and create new things in the situation. She create new things in the story that's not true. My mother does this. She creates a new story in her head that is full of lies, that is not true. I guess she does this just to satisfy her mind, just to give her peace of mind, because she blocks things out of her head. My mother lives in denial. She don't like facing reality. She don't like facing what it is what it is. She blocked things out of her head. She loves to stay and be in denial. Yeah, but she make up these stories. But it's to cover up her. She make up stories to cover up her wrongdoings. It's to cover up her bad ways. It's to cover up her narcissism. It's to cover up her evilness. It's to cover up her meanness. Yeah, but she always say, I don't remember that. And she changed the narrative of the story, changed the narrative of events and situations that happened. My mother definitely has revisionist history, where she changes the stories. She changes the events. She changes the situations. Yeah. She tried to change the circumstances of these events. She does this to, she does revisionist history to change the past around. She changes what happened in the past, or because you don't want to admit all the effed up, all the messed up stuff that she did to her child. And she don't want to admit the messed up and effed up stuff that she has done to some other people. She don't want to admit her wrongdoings that she did to other individuals. And she don't want to admit her wrong decisions, her bad mistakes, her wrong decisions, and her poor decision making. She don't want to admit, own up to, and take accountability for some of her bad parenting skills, her wrong parenting. Yep. But most of the baby boomers have revisionist history of where they change the past around, where they change what happened, where they change what occurred. They change reality. My baby boomer mother does it. These people, it's just, I'm lost for words when it comes to these baby boomer parents. They're lost cause. They put you in a state of shock and make you speechless. They make it to where cat got your tongue. Yeah, but like I say, my mother and most of these baby boomer parents, they lie and change reality. They try to really change your reality of what you know that happened. They try to change what you know that happened, like you slow, like you got memory problems. When it's not you, you perfectly know what happened. You perfectly know what happened. You perfectly know what occurred. You ain't got no memory problems. You don't suffer from no memory problems. Your memory is intact. Your memory is intact very well. It's intact very good. You got a photogenic memory. I think it's photogenic or photogenic. You got a photogenic memory of everything they did to you. You got a photogenic memory of every hurtful thing they said and did to you. They the ones that got it's them. They got the memory problems. It's them. Us children of these baby boomer parents or any kind of parent that was hurtful. Us children, we're not the problem. We're not crazy. Our parents is the problem. Our parents is crazy. They got the memory problems. They got the memory problems. But they try to change reality like you slow. We not slow. They slow. They're remedial. They're remedial and they slow. They are tardy and delayed. They're the ones that's trying to change reality to suit them better, all because they don't want to take accountability and own up to their screwed up ways. They don't want to own up to and take accountability or take responsibility for the screwed up things they have done to you. If you're dealing with trauma, it's because of your parents. If you are in therapy, it's because of your parents. Don't blame yourself. It is not your fault. All what you're going through, all the trauma and problems that you have as an adult is because of your parents. It's all because of your parents. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be hard on yourself. It's not your fault. It's your parents. It's all your parents' fault. All the blame goes on your parents. Yeah, a lot of trauma, hurt that you're dealing with and going through now is because of what your parents did to you, what they put you through. So the reason why you're sitting on a couch of a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or a therapist, your parents is the reason why you got to. Your parents is the reason why you're pouring out all your problems onto your therapist or your counselor. And some of these baby boomer parents is saying that they don't know why their children is mad with them. They don't know why their children don't want to deal with them. They don't know why their children what they say, they don't know why their children went no contact with them. They don't know why their children cut them off. They don't want to deal with them. They be lying and saying they did not do nothing wrong to their child. They ain't did nothing wrong to their child. They don't know why their child don't want to visit them, don't want to be around them, don't want to see them, don't want to deal with them. They don't know what they did. They don't know what they did wrong. You're the reason why your child is sitting in the office of a therapist, a counselor, a psychologist, or psychiatrist. You're the reason why your child is wringing the ears off of that psychologist, that psychiatrist, that therapist, or that counselor. You're the reason why your child is wringing their ears off. And they want no contact. They cut you off. Don't want to see you, deal with you, or be around you. It's because they're tired of the gaslighting, the projection, the manipulation, the mind games, the mind tricks. Your children is tired of you not taking no accountability, no responsibility. They don't want to own up to your wrongdoings of what you did to them. Your child just cut you out their life and cut you off for peace. Your child has gone, no contact. They cut you off for peace. It's because they want peace of mind. They cut you off for their sanity. They want to be good mentally and emotionally and psychologically. And they want peace. They want their peace. That's why they went no contact and cut you off. That is why they cut you out their life. Those are the reasons why they cut you out their life. Why they cut you off and why they went no contact. I'm a Cal the War Goddess. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you wish, if you like, if you want to. It's free. It doesn't cost a thing to like, comment, share, subscribe. But do it at your own pace. Do it at your own free will. Turn on post notifications so you know each time I drop and upload a video. I appreciate all the love and support. Thanks again for tuning in with me for another video. I will see you all again in my next video. One love, whole love. I'm out. For love.